Welcome to Startups. I'm your host, Aiden Spark. Today on Startups, have you ever felt the weight of a world changing through your creation, only to watch it turn against you? Today, we explore Jack Dorsey's story, a journey of disruptive innovation and unforeseen consequences, revealing how even the most brilliant minds can grapple with the complex ripples of their own making. Have you ever stared at a blank screen, fingers hovering over keys, knowing the next characters you type could change everything? In 2006, Jack Dorsey did exactly that, sending the first tweet ever, "Just setting up my TWTTR." Those 5 words launched a platform that would reshape global communication. But this isn't just another Silicon Valley success story. It's about what happens when an introvert's desire to connect collides with the chaos of human interaction at scale. Picture a teenage Jack in his St. Louis bedroom, surrounded by city maps and dispatch radio chatter. While other kids played outside, he obsessed over the patterns of urban movement, the invisible threads connecting people across spaces. You might recognize that feeling of being different, of seeing patterns others miss. At 15, he wrote software to optimize taxi dispatching, not because anyone asked him to, but because he couldn't help seeing a better way. The world didn't understand this quiet kid who spent hours coding instead of socializing. But what others saw as odd behavior was actually the foundation of his future vision. Have you ever felt that burning certainty that you're onto something, even when nobody else gets it? The rhythmic tapping of keyboard keys filled his college dorm room at NYU. Jack wasn't interested in parties or typical campus life. His mind wandered through digital landscapes, imagining new ways for humans to interact. The idea that would become Twitter started forming. What if we could share our thoughts instantly, like text messages but visible to the world? He dropped out of college to pursue this vision. Most people would call this crazy, walking away from a degree to chase a dream about digital connection. But sometimes the craziest decisions are the ones that change everything. When was the last time you chose the uncertain path because something inside wouldn't let you ignore it? The early days of Twitter were pure chaos. Picture a cramped office filled with empty energy drink cans and the constant hum of overheating servers. Every time the platform gained traction, it would crash. The infamous fail whale became an unwanted mascot. Investors questioned everything, the press mocked them. But Jack kept pushing forward, driven by an unshakable belief in the power of simple, instant communication. He would mutter, hunched over his monitor during another late-night debugging session. The stakes weren't just financial. This was about proving that his different way of seeing the world had value. Have you ever built something while the world watched, waiting for you to fail? Success arrived like a tidal wave. Suddenly everyone wanted to tweet, celebrities joined, politicians discovered its power. Twitter became the pulse of breaking news and cultural movements. But with that success came the first signs of trouble. The platform that Jack built to connect people began revealing the messier sides of human nature. Content moderation became a daily challenge. How do you balance free expression with responsibility? When does sharing become harassment? These weren't just technical problems to solve with elegant code. They were human problems, complex and resistant to simple solutions. The introvert who dreamed of digital connection now faced the reality of managing millions of very real, very human interactions. If you're enjoying startups, please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code for our free 7-day email course, Become an Innovation Engine. Steal exact frameworks of billion-dollar breakthroughs like Netflix and Tesla. Now, back to the episode. Then came the Arab Spring. Twitter transformed from a social platform into a tool for revolution. Protesters coordinated through tweets. News spread despite government censorship. The quiet coder's creation had become a megaphone for change. Jack watched from his office as his platform shaped history, pride mixed with terror. What happens when your invention outgrows your ability to control it? The hashtag became a symbol of this evolution. What started as a simple way to organize conversations grew into a powerful tool for movements like Black Lives Matter and Me Too. The platform that began with just setting up my TWTTR now carried the weight of social movements, political discourse, and global activism. Board meetings grew tenser. Executives argued over content policies. Politicians demanded answers about misinformation. The press scrutinized every decision. Jack found himself caught between his idealistic vision of free expression and the harsh realities of running a global platform. The introvert who wanted to connect people now faced congressional hearings and media storms. Had been his mantra, but nothing was simple anymore. Every policy decision affected millions. Every change sparked backlash. The platform he built to bring people together was, in many ways, highlighting what divided them. Have you ever watched something you created take on a life of its own? In 2021, Jack made the decision that shocked Silicon Valley. He stepped down as CEO of Twitter. The frantic coder from the early days had become a controversial figure, praised by some as a champion of free speech, criticized by others for not doing enough to combat harassment and misinformation. But this wasn't just about leaving Twitter. It was about recognizing when your creation needs to evolve beyond you. Sometimes the hardest part of building something isn't the building, it's knowing when to let go. Today, Jack's influence extends far beyond those first 140 characters. Through Square, now Block, he's revolutionizing how small businesses handle payments. The quiet kid who once wrote dispatch software continues finding new ways to connect systems and people. But his legacy isn't just about the platforms he built. It's about daring to see the world differently and having the courage to build that vision, even when it leads to unexpected places. It's about accepting that our creations may evolve in ways we never imagined, and that's okay. Here's the real question this story asks of you. What vision are you holding back because it seems too different, too odd, too ahead of its time? Jack's journey teaches us that our oddness, the very things that make us different, can be our greatest gift to the world. The next time you feel like an outsider, remember the quiet coder who changed how the world communicates. Your different way of seeing things isn't a flaw, it's your superpower. The question isn't whether your vision is too strange. The question is, are you brave enough to build it? Because somewhere out there, the world is waiting for your version of just setting up my TWTTR. What will you type first? On the next episode of Startups, Jack Dorsey's journey reminds us that innovation demands responsibility, a lesson that echoes powerfully in our next story. What if I told you there's a way to build a company that not only disrupts industries, but also champions ethical practices and stakeholder capitalism? This week's theme of disruptive innovation continues as we explore the rise of another tech visionary, someone who dared to challenge conventional business models. Forget everything you know about corporate success, because this individual's commitment to using technology for social good will leave you questioning the very nature of capitalism. Prepare to be inspired and maybe even a little uncertain as we uncover the truth behind a revolution that's only just beginning. Please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code or follow the pinned link to get our free 7-day email course. Become an innovation engine. 7 days, $7 billion frameworks. Transform from idea person to startup innovator by learning the exact playbooks that built Netflix, Tesla, and SpaceX. Click the video that just popped up to watch the next one in this series. Or for episode summaries, behind-the-scenes info, and more, go to daily8.com/su. Thanks for watching.